Welcome to Love and Relo, the voice of the relocation industry. I am your host, Ben Cross, and I am joined by our wonderful, just amazing guest today, Vini Valverde. How are you, Vinny?
Doing great. How's everyone doing?
I can't speak for everyone, but I can speak for myself. It is a great day, and it is an even better day having you with me right now. You always bring a smile to my face, Vinny. Are you
Thank you.
aware that you had that superpower?
I, I've heard that, and I hope I can share that with anyone and everyone. But especially in days like, or in times like these,
Right.
stay positive. That's all we have to
Yeah.
deal with these.
Yeah. I can't wait to give you a big old post COVID hug, man. I'll tell you what. Let's see here. We got people checking in here. Hey, as you're coming in right now, we're going to give you a moment to come in. We're going to thank our sponsor today, Pivot. Also, come on in, hit that like button, hit the heart button for Vinny. Show him some love. Let everybody know we're on here. Vinny and I have a goal of making this the most widely viewed Love and Relo of all time. Whatever. Let's see if it happens. I don't know. Share it, comment, invite a friend, tag somebody. Let's go ahead and thank our sponsor today. Today's episode of Love and Relo is sponsored by Pivot. Did you know that up to 1/3 of assignees leave their post early? At Pivot, we want to change that. Pivot is the social mobility app designed to make a new city feel like home. How do we do that? We provide crowdsourced data from friends, coworkers, and other expats to give the best possible advice for assignees abroad. We can improve assignment success rates and help employees thrive, all for only $6. Contact Lynn at pivotapp.com. All right, we are back. How are we doing here? We got some folks coming in. Go ahead and leave a comment if you're out there. I want to know where in the world you are. I want to know what's going on. Give Vinny a shout out. Ask him a question. We got a captive audience right now. I can't go nowhere. So just if you ever wanted to ask Vinny something, you never had the opportunity, which would blow my mind because you're so accessible. Go ahead and drop it in the comments. We're going to take questions live and get into all sorts of stuff. Vinny, you always fascinated me again because of your energy, your positivity, and I feed off that stuff. I love that stuff. I can't get enough of it. I aspire to make people happy like you do, and I wanted to ask my first real question is, where does that positivity and that joy and that love and all that good stuff come from?
I mean, I would say, it's a culture thing, right? A lot of I'm originally from Brazil. Um, when it comes to a Brazilian, we as a family, we grew up. Both of my parents worked very hard to provide to my sister and I. They worked crazy hours, and regardless what we had and what we did not have, it's all about family. It's all about friends, and we have always, just try to tackle life in a positive manner, um, and at the end of the day, it makes it better. It makes it, encounter some of those issues and obstacles in a completely different mindset. Um, and and then, I always enjoy bringing people into my life. I when
Yeah,
I truly say, this is a global mobility family. It
yeah,
is my mobility family. That word family truly means, as part of it's blood related.
hmm
So yeah. And it makes the day go by faster and easier.
we got some global mobility family checking in right now.
Oh yeah.
Which let's give some shout outs and see who's out there right now. Hosea Botley, looking forward to it. Vinny, awesome.
Hosea.
Jose is a great guy. Michael Quigley, looking good, gents. Thank you, Michael.
And yes, Mike, I had to wear a button-up shirt for probably the first time this year. just to be on Love and Relo.
You gotta dress up. You gotta dress up for Love and Reload. That's so funny. You know what? Speaking of looking good, do you remember Michael Quigley's outfit from the Portland Christmas party?
Absolutely. It's
Oh man,
yeah.
it
He
was
took it
epic.
to another level, and yes.
It was so great. His suit was like Christmas head to toe, looking good. Simon Johns, hi from the UK, Great
Simon,
Britain. What's up, Simon? Tim Quirk, so
there's
excited for
Tim.
this show. Hi, guys from Western New York. What's up, Tim? Oh man, this is great.
It,
Some great
it
people.
is. I mean, it is great to see a lot of people that I probably have encountered once or twice for a few of them, but it's unbelievable how much you can learn by meeting a person, by meeting a corporate service provider aside. At the end of the day, doesn't matter. You can learn so much from each and every one.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel that. I feel that. By the way, if you haven't got a chance, Tim Quirk did an amazing rendition of taps on the trumpet.
I love it. I showed it to my wife. A vet. It's absolutely amazing. Thanks for sharing, Tim.
Yeah, that was really moving. Thank you, Tim. Jamie Master, hi Ben and Vinny. Cheers from very sunny Mississippi. Looking forward to this show. Love Vinny. You know what's cool about this show too, dude, and you're gonna appreciate this because you're wired like I am. You come on this show and like people just send so much love out there via the messages and the comments, and it just warms your heart. You know, like
It
doesn't that charge you up? Like it charges me up.
Absolutely, and I think one of the things that a few of you know me really well, probably more than you should know. But I am a big crybaby, mama's boy. So when it comes to messages like this, I have the Kleenex right here. I'm
Ah,
ready.
that's great. Oh man, but let's try to make Vinny cry today,
Nope,
everybody.
nope, nope,
Let's
nope.
do it. Let's do it. Hit a heart there for Vinny. If we hit enough hearts, I see them coming through. They're fluttering up. Oh gosh, Vinny. Christy says hi, friends. Hey, Christy.
Christy.
Lynn Greenberg, love the logo. Ben Cross. Hi, Vinny and Ben. What's up, Lynn from
Hi,
Pivot, our
Lynn.
sponsor?
Yeah,
Appreciate you. Yeah, and I got the new logo. Yeah, it's looking. I like it. What do you think of the logo, Vinny?
I love it. And I can tell you, Lynn, I do have your message on my LinkedIn. I do have to get back to you. So
There you
sorry
go.
about that. Things are a little crazy in our world right now. But that's the one thing that if you know me and if you dealt with me, I am open.
Yeah.
It doesn't, please reach out, let's have a chat. It doesn't mean that we are able to change our mobility programs to bring a new provider or anything like this, but in this industry it's always good to know who the players are, what's out there, because we may we may need
Mm-hmm.
something in the future, and
Yeah.
that's the one that I love what Jack has been doing. I actually
Jack
had the
Jampel.
opportunity. Yep, had the
Yeah.
opportunity to
Tell
chat with him
everybody.
yesterday.
Yeah. Tell everybody
Um,
what he's doing out there.
yeah, so Jack, I mean, he's a great guy. We chat a lot. We've been in many corporate roundtables together. We share the same ideas, principles, and everything. But he's really opened up his already busy calendar to anyone to have a Zoom chat with him, and not necessarily to sell or to get the business, but really on a personal level. And that really is just amazing. And talking to him yesterday, he mentioned he already had over 60
Wow.
Zoom chats and meetings and getting to know people on a whole different level, which I don't know if I'm up to that. Because
I
I
feel
think
like you've had 60 happy hours though so far. Vinny.
maybe. But I think if I do more, I think my wife will go crazy,
Right.
and I may have to live on a dog house outside that we don't have a dog. We don't have a place outside.
But you will though with all the construction
We
projects you've got going out there.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
How
One
many
of
how many how many Zoom sorry, Vinny, how many Zoom meetings have you done in one day? What's your record, you think?
Um, I think, and not happy hour. I do have a few of my coworkers there. It's not all party, people. It's not all party. Um, I mean, I think all of us, right? We've have Zoom calls from the time you get on your computer, probably until dinner time. And it's stressful. It's tough.
Right.
I always say, there's a few times that I'm like, you know what, I'm not available on Zoom, but give me a call on my cell phone. I
Mm-hmm.
don't mind talking to you. I don't mind helping you, but um I have Zoom fatigue. It's
Yeah.
tough.
It's a real thing. It's a real
Yeah,
thing.
we've canceled a couple of happy hours because of that. It's like
Oh wow.
we've been on Zoom all day. No, this is family time or
Sure.
time to get work done.
Sure. Yeah, there is still work, and that's the
Oh
other thing too.
yes.
It's like we're going from like a COVID scenario where, let's be honest, I mean, work is down 50 or more percent, and it's kind of like, all right, we're chilling, we're waiting, and then all of a sudden, like, then we get into these Zoom, meeting, modes and these happy hour modes and these other types of modes, and then all of a sudden, I find this problem. All of a sudden now, like, I have all this work to do, like real work, work,
Yes.
and then I like still have to try to accommodate the other stuff that I've gotten used to, and it's challenging to juggle all those priorities for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see who else we got checking in here, and I think this is probably Sandra Clary coming in. Christian Hufalo, good day and hello from Atlanta. Awesome, good to see you, Christian, friend of the
Donna.
show. Hey, Donna, awesome.
Love Donna.
I don't know
Tim.
Donna. I gotta get to know Donna. Timothy Nowak, hi Vinny and Ben. You both look great. Thank you, Tim. Greetings from a perfect spring day in Denver. I love the weather updates.
I miss Denver. Miss Denver
Yeah, dude,
a
you were in
lot.
Denver for how long were you in Denver for, Vinny?
So I moved. So when I was 18, a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, like a few years back.
Yeah, a few months ago, I moved from São Paulo, Brazil, directly to Boulder, Colorado, right? To go to the University of Colorado. So Colorado's been home. Yeah, go Buffs. So Colorado's been home outside of my native country, native city, but from there I moved to San Diego for about a year. And then I was an expat, or my wife was an expat, and I was the true dependent in Naples, Italy for 3 years. And then we went back to Colorado. And just a year and 3 months ago, I moved to Portland when I joined the amazing Nike team.
That's a great story. I mean, so really, I want to get into your story a little bit here. We got so many people checking in here. You're such a popular guy. I want to get through. Oh, let me see. Let's say hi to the people, and then let's get into your story, because it sounds like you have so much to share here with us. Drew Phillips. Hey guys, Drew here from Smoking Hot. I'm gonna go hot. Smoking
Let's
Hot,
say
California.
hot.
Yeah, Drew, you're smoking hot. All right, hey Dad, how's it going?
Hey Dad.
I love it. Checking in from T-Town. Francine Dresty, hi Ben and Vinny from St. Louis. Hey Francine. Lisa, hi
Lisa.
guys. Awesome. Look at this. I love it. We got some new people coming in. Simon Johns checking in. Drew Phil's big numbers today. Big numbers. No whammies.
Felicia. Yes.
See you on Love Relo. Oh, look at you're bringing all sorts of people out. Hello from Silicon Valley. Hey, Vinny, great to see you on here. April Morris from H-Town in the house. Look at this, Simon Johns.
From Spain,
Yeah.
Susanna.
Lovely. Let's see here. Do we have any Brasilianos? Is that a thing?
I don't know. There. I mean, Zenaida from Venezuela was on.
Oh, here's
Um,
one. Let's see.
Hi
Somebody
from
checking in from
Brazil.
Brazil.
Who's that?
It's a mystery.
Who's that? Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my mom has I'm pretty sure my mom is on. I
Hey,
did tell
Mom.
her I did tell her not to send many questions in Portuguese or not tell any really bad stories of me
Please
as a
don't
child.
listen to him. Tell all the funny stories. Ask all the Portuguese questions.
Yes,
And
and
just give
hi
me a
Tanya.
translation.
Love you,
What's up,
Tanya.
Tanya? Tanya's awesome. Love Tanya.
She's unreal.
Yeah. Kalis.
Kyla. Yeah.
Look at you.
Wow. Oh, there's my mom right
There's
there.
Mom. There's Mom.
There's mom.
Hey, Mom, we
Yes.
did it.
She's she is, I mean, I won't say anything or else it's gonna come, but she's unreal.
What does your
That's
mom mean
all.
to you? What does your mom mean to you, Vinny?
Oh gosh. Let's not go there. Let's just say everything.
Mm.
I mean, to have, my sister and I, the only two kids, move out of Brazil, come to the US, which my sister's in New York City. At age 18 myself and 16 my sister. It was tough. So yeah, she's the rock. She's everything.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So you know what? That's a good segue actually, and I wanna touch on that, Vinny. And it's cool, man, to shed one. I might cry too if it makes you feel better. We can both cry together. Except I don't have any tissues handy. I'm gonna have to. Oh, yeah, I do. I got some tissues over here. We'll get our tissues together here. I got my box right here. We could just be a bunch of crying men.
I'm
That's
gonna
cool.
use my mask. I'm gonna
There we
use my
go.
mask.
There we go. I'm sure that's sanitary. Let's just put some COVID in the eyeballs. But no, no, but we were talking once, and I remember you talking about, I asked you, I said, Vinny, where does this openness come from? Because that's the thing that strikes me about you. I remember I went to my first Portland meeting last year where I saw Michael Quigley's amazing suit and so many great sweaters and such. And you opened your home. You just opened your home,
I do it.
which is
Yes.
like, honestly, like nobody does that.
No.
Where does that come
And
from?
yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I think it goes back to when I say, the mobility family. And it really, I mean, I've worked at great companies, right? And I started my mobility career at Grable.
Mm-hmm.
And you just had Bill on Love and Relo, and it's a family business, so it was a great introduction to this industry for me, and it has been true, to everything and how I lead and deal with it day by day. From there I moved to the corporate side, and that's where I am since then. But that family piece, that really kind of, I would say I took it to the next level when I after I worked for MWH. I was unemployed for about 6 months, and that was probably the hardest time of my life. Um, and that's really kind of pushed me to reinvent myself, to kind of to truly be not indispensable, and truly be an asset. Not that I wasn't before, but really go to another level. And I think by reinventing, I really pushed the boundaries, and I
Mm-hmm.
stepped out of what I would say for some people could be my comfort zone and join the amazing Rocky Mountain Relocation Council, so RMRC. Um, was on the board for the corporate advisory board, and from there just made a big leap and became president of
Mm-hmm.
RMRC. Um,
What did you
and
get out of that experience, Vinny? I mean, some
well,
people ask me, is it worth it? It's a lot of time commitment.
it's I would say it is. It's a part-time job, and I think that's when, and I may not have a lot of, um, I'm. It's really tough because some people, which the minority, they use the regional councils as a a name or something to put on their resume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. They don't put the effort into what really needs to make that council better. Um, so when I committed to, joining the board there, it was like, hey, I'm going all in. Yes, it's long hours. Yes, it's everything, but just the opportunity to get to know the local people in that area. Um,
Well, but isn't
and
that true with everything in life too? I mean, you get out what you
absolutely,
put in, right? And I mean, you're right. Some
absolutely.
people just go to things and show up. I hear people saying, oh gosh, ERC, oh, same old. It's like, well, because you go into it with the attitude that it's going to be that way, and then you don't talk to people when you're there, and then you stand over in a corner and you talk to the same two friends you've been talking to for 20 years, and of course it's same old because you do the same old. But if you put
Absolutely.
in something different, you're gonna get different.
Yeah.
So I
So
think that's key to be involved and be present when you do things.
yeah, and that's the one thing, and I see Rick Willard is on Facebook. He's a great friend, and he was, and I would say, I can't say he was my VP when I was the president of Rocky Mountain, because he was the the leader there. But when we were talking about me becoming the president there, it was truly like, hey, I don't want to come in sorry for my for my language, but I don't want to come in and do a shitty job. I
Right.
want to come in and bring the Relo Council to the next level. And I hope that's what I did. My term got shortened because I moved to Portland to join Nike.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but
The rumor
I
is you were impeached. Were you impeached as president? No, I'm
I
just kidding.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, but
Maybe
I
they
feel
didn't
like
tell me.
I remember when you joined. I remember when you joined because I felt like the visibility of the council, it was heightened on a national scale. I started hearing about RMRC, more, and I felt like you elevated it, with your presence and everything, and your ability, I think, to reach out to people and bring people in and work kind of across
Yeah.
the aisle, if you want to say, and galvanize those service providers from all over the country. I thought that was great. I remember the first time I met you, Vinny. I don't know if you remember this or not. I think I remember the first time I met you, and if this isn't it, I apologize.
No.
But I think the first time I met you was actually at BAM, and
Yes,
I
it was.
and you remember this? You remember this?
Yes.
And it was at BAM, and it was gosh, I don't know, 3 4 years ago, probably 3 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And I was just so struck by how like easygoing and cool you were, and just chilling, and everybody was talking to you, and you were like the most popular guy at the bar. I feel like, and, like everybody was talking to you, and I was just like, but you had so much time for me, and I remember that, and
And that's where, and I mean, the one thing when you mentioned that, people that keep saying ERC is the same old, right? the one thing, and a lot of people they'll know me, is I go to, when I commit to an ERC or to a Relo Council or to a BAM or to whatever, is I'm going there to learn, not just from the speakers, but also from everyone that I encounter, right? And that can be a fellow corporate, that can be a service provider, it can be whoever, right? And I commit to, yes, I will probably be the last one at the bar if I go back.
I feel like we have this competition every time.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll probably be the last one to leave, but I will also be the first one to go to the sessions in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that my wife hates, that because I go all out. When I come back home, I'm done for 3-4 days to recover.
Same.
But I go all out.
Just dog tired when you get back.
Yes.
Right?
No, but then
Oh, go ahead.
There's
Go ahead.
Jason. No.
Jason, we got Jason checking in. We got Alan Grantham, Double V. I'll have to use that. Christina Swank. Hi, Ben and Vinny, watching from home in St. Louis. Miss you guys. Miss you too, Christina.
It's V squared, guys. It's V squared.
V squared. You're just trying to get something you could put on a shoe. You're just trying to get something you could put on a sneaker. You're like, yeah, did the new V squares drop, yo? The new V squares out. Oh, get the white colorways on the V squares. Sarah Judy, hey Vinny, watching from San Diego. By the way, speaking of colorways, and we're gonna have a little shoe talk here. You put me onto those Cruiser ones, those Nike Cruiser ones.
Yeah,
those have changed my life, Vinny.
Good. No, there's some good kicks out there. And glad to be at a company that I have access to. But I can say I did have to redo our master closet, because I was never a shoe guy, but I guess now I am.
Right, you got the bug, don't you?
Yeah.
That's great. Shout out to Brian Rivers checking in from First Tech Federal Credit Union. Here's a Brazilian.
Lais. Yes.
Lais.
Yeah.
Beautiful. All right. And then we have a Venezuelan.
Yeah.
Zenalda. Lovely. Look at this.
There's my coworker Tamara. She's amazing. Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, this is great. We're just gonna get through some of these here. Stacy checking in.
Yeah.
Tanya sending prayers to the people in Brazil due to the impact of COVID.
Thank you, Tanya.
Oh,
yep.
Who's this?
Oh, and we got some people here.
Oh, this is great. Hey, everybody. Oh, I heard we got a birthday in the house.
Yes, we have a birthday tomorrow. My wife.
I think we should say to you, happy birthday, dear. Thanks, wife. Birthday to you.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Thank you, Janet.
That was so nice.
Thank you, Ben.
Janet,
so
surprise.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. They're saying happy birthday. So for a lot of you that do not know, but that's Kaylee, that's Mateo and Laura.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Oh, they can't hear me, can they?
They cannot hear you.
So I just sang to you, basically.
Yeah, say to me. I'll translate.
yeah. We just gave her the happy birthday song on live internet television.
Yes. Oh,
hey,
they're
everybody.
leaving.
Bye. Oh, they're so cute.
Going back, Ben, to opening my home.
Yeah.
So that unemployment thing, the RMRC, it really pushed me to take it to another level. So one thing that I started was right before the Rocky Mountain Relo conferences, which twice a year, spring and fall. I was like, you know what? We have people coming from far away, flying in to attend our events. And yes, the conference is great. Content's amazing, great opportunity. but I wanted to do something on a personal level. So yes, I opened my home to what some people may say complete strangers, right?
Yeah.
Um,
Well, strangers are
and
just friends you haven't met yet, right?
yes. At the very beginning, and I was taking notes. I went back in time and I was looking. So I started hosting these events in September of 16. So it's
Okay.
gonna be 4 years. The first event was at my house in Colorado, and it was about 10 people. So a couple of people from the board and a few people that were flying in, and it was truly a full dinner and full everything, alcohol included, every
Mm-hmm.
the whole 9 yards, and some good Brazilian steak. I think
Oh
that
yeah.
was the first one. Um, and then it kind of went up from there. Then people were like, "Hey, you got to do it again, Vinny."
The people are like, hey,
So
there's free steak and alcohol at Vinny's
I know.
house.
So I did it twice a year. And when we moved to Portland, I was like, well, I'm no longer part of a Relo council, right? I'm no longer part of RMRC. I'm now it's PRC, um, Portland Relocation Council. But I was like, you know what? Maybe I'm still gonna do it here. Right before or the following day. So we did it.
Mm-hmm.
So the bad thing is, which the bad thing for us, the bad thing for my awesome wife
Yeah.
is PRC has 3 events a year and not 2. So we're now hosting 3 times.
You're hosting
But
like 3 banquets at this point for
well,
like.
and that's the thing. It went from about 10 people last time we had about 80 people at our house.
Gosh.
So yes, so it's getting tough to cook steak for 80 people.
Is your wife ever like, what did I sign up for with this? Because my wife says that all the time with me.
I
So I mean, I'm wondering.
I think she knows it. I think she knew it before she has said yes.
That's great. That's wonderful. We got. Let me ask you. So growing up in Brazil, though, was that how your family was back in the day?
Absolutely. The more the merrier. My dad was one that we never, my parents did not drink, but we had a bar at our apartment in São Paulo, and that's to provide to people that would come and visit with us.
That's cool.
So I mean, everything. It's this is who you see day in and day out, and that's what I hope to do is, whoever you see at work, under stress, at a conference, or after hours, is
Same.
the same
That's cool.
person.
That's cool.
Yeah,
We got some folks here. Michael James checking in. Good to see you, Michael. Patrice checking in.
Patrice.
Let's see, Mena from Dubai. I love when Mena shows up. She's always represented from the Middle East. Mike Quigley talking about that suit. Yeah, we've been talking about that suit. We're
Yeah,
still going to be talking about that
Jack.
suit. I think you should raffle that suit off next year.
Yeah,
Jack
think so.
Champel, legendary.
There's
Rick
Rick.
Willard. Greetings from the Mile High. Dora.
Dora, yes. So Dora's one that was been a DSP in Brazil for many of my other past lives, and she's
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
That's cool.
Amazing
That's cool.
human being. And
So you're bringing the Brazilians out. Tim's appreciating the nice words. Tony Balmer. Let's see here. Pierre from Switzerland.
Leo. The only bad thing about Leo is, he's Argentinian. I'm gonna have to put it out there.
Yeah.
But again, other than that, another unbelievable guy.
Have you seen Leo's videos on Facebook where he takes like a cup on his foot and like flips it up or something and like it doesn't spit? I don't know. He does some crazy stuff.
Absolutely, yes.
He's
And
like a
I am
real-time
not
soccer
gonna
player.
try that.
Yeah, seriously.
I
Maybe
can
one of your
skate.
parties.
I will take him on skating anytime, but
There you go.
not the soccer, not
All right.
the real football.
The real football. Oh, we got Prague checking in. I don't even know what time it is in Prague. That's awesome. This is great here.
Luciana.
Beautiful. We got all these people checking. Everybody loves you, man. Everybody wants to check in with you. Britt, Lynn, Jack, Pell, shout out. Hey, we got a question.
Oh,
William Keating. Hey, Vinny, can you hook me up with some of those Ben and Jerry's Nikes that were just released? Just kidding. Maybe a
just
little.
released. Yes, I saw the release. And I actually was like, showing it to my wife, and I'm not a big fan, especially of like the cowhide look to it, but I get it why they made it. But there's some amazing new releases out there. Um, yes,
That's awesome. Kelly Gurin checking
Kelly.
in. Lais. Oh, how is your team adjusting to the remote scheme? Question for you, Vinny.
Um, I mean, I think at the end of the day, we are able to work remote, right? I can tell you, Sherry, Tamara, and I, our mobility US team here, um, we love seeing each other. We love bouncing ideas, and Zoom is not the same. So earlier today, we did spend, we booked a meeting for 30 minutes to bounce some ideas on how to deal with certain cases, but it went over almost an hour and a half, and that's just it's just good to see people. And even though Zoom or video conferencing is bringing people together, it's not the same human interaction. It's not the same connection. So I think it will. I would love to come back to work, but also it's not just our own safety that we have to deal with. It's everybody else's, and so
We
yeah,
got some questions here and some comments around Zoom as well. Pierre says busier than ever on Zoom. No commuting time between the two meetings.
yeah.
Fair comment. Brian Rivers asks, how does Vinny manage Zoom calls all day and kids? Biggest tip?
With that great wife that I have right there.
Yeah.
She's been, we joke every day. She's been the great housewife. She's been the teacher for the kids. She's been the tech expert. When the kids need to get on their Zoom calls and and I'm busy in a call. I think it's a teamwork, right? It's everything is you have to give some as well. I can tell I do not feel bad at all when I'm in a meeting with a VP or whoever, and Kaylee or Mateo or Laura comes in and be on video. I'm like, hey, it's part of
Right.
this is what you get, right?
Yeah, it's real
It's
life.
normal.
Yeah.
So yeah, and just don't expect that you're gonna be perfect at everything, but just try your best. That's all we have to do it.
Paige says we aren't going to remember how to talk to each other in person. When we
I
finally
know,
come
that's
back.
very true.
Well, especially when we come back and we're just kind of doing like this whole thing, staying like 6 feet apart from one another. Not like I'm trying not to like even make mouth like even directionalize my mouth towards them. I'm kind of over here, you know what I mean? It's like
and it's probably a weird thing for, especially in our industry, and we know, the people that travel a lot, we are huggers. We love hugging, and that's just the normal. But how weird it's gonna be, like, hey, like Ben, when you said I'm gonna give you a big old hug,
yeah,
it's like I would love to do that, but I may be like,
yeah.
dude, wait up.
I might chase you around the bar. I don't know. It depends on what time of night it is. But no, I had this impulse. Like I've talked to a few people via video today, and some of them were sharing like these touching moments, and I just wanted to reach through the camera and give them a hug. and just give them that human embrace and just kind of that, it's going to be okay. And I'm here for
Yep.
you and I feel you, and I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the answer,
Yeah.
but I just
It, it'll
hope.
it will be weird. And I saw Renee there saying hi, and Amber. Um, yeah, right there.
Got some great people here. Kayla checking in from Oregon. Rick, Rafaela, Pierre, Rafaela. I love when people start talking to each other in the comments. It's like, then like that's
Yes,
true engagement, in my opinion.
that is good. And
B Money in St. Louis.
oh,
Elena. Welcome, Vinny, in Vinny's room. Let's see here. Hello, gents. Hey, John. Miko Gamble. Paige Holden. Shout out. She heard you say family business. You and the mobility family. Nicole Barilli. Shout out to her. Global Mobility Final Jeopardy on
yes,
Friday. I see
yes,
you in the
don't
final.
miss
I see you in
that.
that. I like you in that Jeopardy, man. You're pretty active on that, Vinny.
I
You're pretty
love
good.
it. And that's the one thing that at any time, anytime that I'm dig into work and doing, I love taking, just listening to webinars and just being involved, even if you're not giving 100% of your attention to learning something, or to listening to something, still do it. You can, and that's most of my day is, yeah, if there's a webinar, I'm jumping in, I'm listening, especially if I don't have a call right at the same time. But it's great. And I saw Jason Exley, Darren right there.
Oh yeah,
There's
Darren
a
Burrow. Yeah,
lot of amazing
Mark Moose from
people.
Switzerland. William
Um,
Keating is. I can relate to that. That to a gym membership. You can have them, but if you don't go to the gym and put it to work, you get nothing out of it. Yes, get out what you
yeah.
put in. Exactly.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the one thing that at ERC, especially at ERC or FEM or whatever we go to, I do take the time to go through every booth and learn and meet with people, because there are corporate people out there that they don't even go to the expo or to the
Yeah,
marketplace, or
exactly. Well, they
um,
think they know
but
everything there is to know about
yeah,
global mobility, and if they need a supplier, they already know 8 of them, and therefore, what's the point of going in and just getting peppered with questions and unwanted advances? But
yes.
it's like, but then you miss people that like. I mean, the first
And
time I talked to you was 4 years ago at BAM. Had you not been so open, we wouldn't
yep,
be here right now.
yeah,
And,
absolutely. And
and
and I think we should just take that step into learning and being open to learning and to seeing what are some of the other amazing vendors, service providers out there. You don't know what you don't know.
mm-hmm.
So take the time and do it. I think it's great. And and Janaina, I met her at the last ERC, and
So
she's great.
so we have an opportunity here, Vinny. I'm gonna
Yes,
put you
let's
on the
do it.
spot. I'm gonna put Janaina on the spot. I know you got so much love for Brazil. Janaina is
Yes.
in Brazil. Um, where is Latam right now in the maturity of global mobility? Um, and how do we support Latam? Because I see a lot of content and thought leadership, obviously coming out of the States, coming out of Europe, some coming out of Asia. But I think there's a real opportunity in Brazil and Latin America in that region. What can we do to elevate the voices and give a platform to the Brazilian global mobility community
Well,
or the Latin American global mobility
yeah,
community?
I agree with you. I would say, the Brazilians are the Latin, I'm gonna say the Latinos down there. There's some amazing mobility leaders there, and they don't get the visibility that we do here. They don't get the visibility that even some people in Europe get.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, there are some, ERC, I would say a couple of years ago, they start having their Latin America, version, or conferences there, or symposiums. Same
Right.
thing as they do in Asia. Um, but I think it's just getting to know those people, and they are leaders of some amazing, truly global companies that are there. So involve them on not just the webinars, but invite them for corporate roundtables. They have a lot to share. Dealing with Brazil, Argentina, Peru, Chile, all of those countries with the complexities on when it comes to employment law, immigration, taxes, so much. The unions. They know so much more than we do, that they have to encounter to so many more they have to go through so much more obstacles than we do here, and we have a lot to learn from them when it comes to that.
So I would love to increase the amount of Latin American representation on Love and Relo.
Let's do
And
it.
so I'm going to ask you, because I know I can count on you. I'm going to ask you, and I'm going to ask Janaina to be my Brazilian and Latin American ambassadors and help me get some voices on here to tell their stories and also talk about the challenges and opportunities and strategies in Latin America, because I think that there's so much going on in the region. And and maybe it's just me, maybe it's what I consume and I'm not seeing it, but I think there's a lot of people out there that could really benefit from it. So I would love it if you could help me find some thought leaders to bring on to talk about it.
Let's do it. Janaína, eu te ligo e a gente conversa para trazer alguém pro Love and Relo. See, here we go, Ben. Here we go.
I love it. I don't know what you said, but I love it so much. I don't even know what it is. It was a call to action. It sounded authoritative. Yep. I liked it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I just said, Janaína, I will call you and we'll figure it out who to bring it to Love and Relo.
Yeah, we could do like a panel thing. We could have I can have up to 6 people on this thing at one time. Like we can get it popping in here and just get smart. Simon Johns, what's your football team?
I am Corinthians. So hold on.
Uh-oh,
and sorry for some Brazilians out there. That's my soccer team right there, Corinthians.
Beautiful.
And the good thing is they are sponsored by Nike, so I don't have to change anything. Yeah.
We heard you're making masks out of your Neymar jersey. Is that right?
No, I'm not going to cut up my Nike jerseys. Not at all.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Mena has a question. Mena from Dubai. What are the skills that must... what are some of the most important skills for a mobility consultant nowadays? And for people that are looking to maybe break in or improve their value as a mobility consultant or get into the business, what type of skills should they really be upskilling right now?
I mean, always the openness to learn and actually to go out there and look for the information. Just, I think learning is key thing. With the COVID-19, we're probably gonna have to reinvent ourselves when it comes to how to deal with what this has been throwing at our daily lives. And I think and this is just me, try to go outside of your network, of your service providers. Yes, you may have amazing RMC, amazing immigration, tax, housing, just the ability to be able to call somebody and bounce ideas. Guess we're not experts. There are experts out there, and that's where you need to find who those people are to learn from. I can tell. there's so many that I have on speed dial that I can call at any time and be like, hey Ben, this is this issue. Can let's chat about it. Give me some ideas.
Sure.
And I think that will go a long way. And compassion. I think compassion is so important. And yeah, gosh, I can just keep going on and on.
So we've got some. So that was great, and we got some great comments coming in here.
Courageous.
We've got some really a lot of support here for this Latin American Love and Relo. We might even have to do a Latam week or something. You know? Janaina is on board. She is just ready for it.
Yeah.
People are commenting and they are actually tagging one another. People are suggesting people. Lynn's suggesting Carlos Hugo Gonzalez,
Yes.
Janaina Chesnowski.
I chatted with him last week. Or is this week already? No, last week.
Well, this is what the platform can do, right? Elena said, I feel like I just witnessed history in the making.
Aww.
But we have such a great collaborative platform. We got 45 people live currently watching us on LinkedIn. We got another 30 people on Facebook right now, you know, and people are coming in and out. There's going to be hundreds of people that are watching this live and participating in some portion of this, you know, and our ability to just tag people live and instantly and just get them in the conversation, because then all of a sudden Janaina tagged Juliana Ruiz, and all of a sudden Juliana came back, and you can't see her name here, but she came back and she's like, I love it.
Yes.
You know? And we could even cap off the week with Brazilian Jeopardy on Friday, right?
Well, you know? and Nicole knows Portuguese, so it'd be perfect right there. So
there you go. So I think this is the new. I think this is the next normal, or the next opportunity, or the next phase. You know, when we talk about how is global mobility thought leadership dispersed out there, and how do we collaborate, you know, and being able to collaborate live like this. You know, I think this is the next step for associations. I think this is the way information is going to be aggregated and dispersed. And it's been a blessing. This show has been to me, and being a part of this has just been so much fun.
Yeah, and I think, like Dora is saying, you know, the personal touch. I think we do need to try to add that to the social distancing. You know, the one thing I hate the word social distancing, because it's really not social distancing, right? It's physical distancing. We're still social. We're still involving. We're still engaging. Right. It's just we cannot be together. And so, yeah, it's tough.
Yeah. No, it's that's great here. Let's see, we have a few more minutes here. Is there anything, Vinny? I wanted to open the floor to you, man. I've been talking this whole time.
Gosh, I know.
Questions. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about or ask the crowd, or anything?
I would love to ask you something.
Sure.
Put you on the spot right now.
I know the tables. You just turned the tables on me.
Big time. Now it's my turn. No, I think the one thing, you know, and this is very truthful, you know, coming from my heart, I think one of the things that you've given us with this Love and Relo, it's truly a opportunity to be real, and to show the world, you know, who those people are, what we do day in, day out. So I applaud you for what you're doing. And I know a lot of people feel the same. But here's my question. I'm gonna really put you on the spot.
Okay.
What's next? You know, why are you doing what you're doing? What's next? And is ERC presidency coming soon? You know, I know we just got a new leader, but you know, you never know what the future brings.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That's funny. Well, I'm honored by everything you've said, and it means the world to me. And to answer your first question about why am I doing it, I'm doing it for everything you said in the first 10 minutes of this broadcast about how much these people mean to you and how this is your global mobility family. I feel the same way. Like I feel like we are wired so similarly, Vinny. Honestly, these people mean so much to me. And I guess this is my way of inviting them into my home to party and hang out and fellowship and connect with one another. And I think I've been very blessed. I didn't necessarily realize it at the time when we started doing Love and Relo from my office here 5.5, 6 months ago, whatever it was. I just had an unction to do it, and I didn't really know why I was doing it. But I think in a way, I feel like God put me in a place to do this and help connect people. And I didn't realize COVID was going to happen, but like this has become even more important. Before it was like a nice to have, and now it's like a have to have because this is how we connect. We've missed ERC, we've missed so many, regionals, we've missed so many opportunities, AMSA. I mean, just myriad, opportunities and things that have been canceled. That normally I've seen you once or twice already, this year, and we've missed that, but this is our opportunity to come together, have a cocktail, have a caipirinha, have a little fun, connect, love one another, collaborate a little bit, and stuff. So that's really my why in doing this, and I feel so honored to do it. I feel like the reception's been so positive. It's really just been a blessing to me, and I'm 6 months into doing this project. As far as what's next, honestly, I want to move from strength to strength on this and try to do even more of this. To be honest with you, I think I'm hitting a little bit of a groove here, but I think that there's so much more. When I talk to people who enjoy the show, some people say, "Hey Ben, I love the love, but I need more relo." People say, I need more relo. Like, hey, like, can you cut the warm and fuzzy, and can you give me some like tax data? Can you give me some, something hard that I can take back, So like that's why tomorrow I got David Altman coming on from NEO, right?
Amazing. If and this is a plug for tomorrow. David is one of the guys that he will explain, like the easiest way to explain tax that anyone and everyone should understand or can understand. So he's unreal. He's amazing.
And if you're watching this right now and you have thought leadership pieces, like I always rag on white papers, like nobody wants to read your white paper. But you know what I want to do? I want to take your white paper, if it's truly good stuff, if it's really informational, I want to help take your white paper and tell a relatable story around it so that we can digest it, and so that it's not necessarily boring, but it's like, hey, we can, like to your point about how David explains tax, like relate it to people.
Gosh.
So I want to up the relo ante a little bit more in Love and Relo and make it more content rich, but also make it fun and digestible, if that makes sense. So I want to build out that. I want to go deeper in certain topics like immigration. I want to go deeper in tax. I want to go deeper in policy, things of that nature as well. And then to answer your question about the ERC presidency, you know what's funny? I mean, I've had a conversation with Lynn Shotwell, and I think she's really fantastic. And I love her background, the fact that she's from SHRM, and that she has SHRM experience, and the fact that she has immigration experience, and she has advocacy experience, and association experience. So, I don't want to take anything away from Lynn. I think she's got a really cool opportunity. But gosh, what a tough time to step into that role.
I know. Absolutely.
You walk into that role, and then your whole world blows up on you.
Yeah,
gosh, I feel so bad for her.
In a couple of the interactions that I had with Lynn, we did host a corporate mobility roundtable or Q&A with her, and that's it's a tough time. But
what I would like to do though with the associations is I would like to partner with them, and I think that they have so much great things that happen at ERC, and ERC's done so much wonderful things for my career. I would love to be able to give back and help them find platforms to engage with people. so that the
Yep.
messaging is a two-way street or a 100 different way permutation, crowdsource thing, collaborative, and so I think I can bring some of that. So I would love to partner with them to answer your question.
And I mean the big ERC, of course we're all looking and trying to understand what's going to happen in October, right? If it's going to happen or not. But I would say, and I know we are at time, but I would say my last thing to say is engage with your local relocation councils. There's so much knowledge, so much opportunity there to learn from the best. And I'm when I first moved to Portland, I'm like, nope, I'm taking a year off. I'm not doing Relo Council. I came to a new area, so I need to learn the area. But I'm already involved on the education committee for PRC, and the sky's the limit. I think get involved if you're not. If it's so much, if so fulfilling, giving back to this wonderful industry that we have.
I agree with you 100%. Janet, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors here as we begin to wrap here. Janet, today's episode of Love and Relo is sponsored by Pivot. Did you know that up to 1/3 of assignees leave their post early? At Pivot, we want to change that. Pivot is the social mobility app designed to make a new city feel like home. How do we do that? We provide crowdsourced data from friends, coworkers, and other expats to give the best possible advice for assignees abroad. We can improve assignment success rates and help employees thrive, all for only $6. Thank you, Lynn Greenberg at Pivot. Lynn at pivotapp.com is how you get a hold of her. Lynn's awesome and super helpful. So thank you for that, Lynn. And then thank you for those parting words, Vinny. You've been a wonderful guest. It's been a lot of fun having you on the show. And I really, really, really look forward to hopefully being able to host maybe kind of a virtual LATAM Love and Relo. How do you translate Love and Relo in Brazilian, in Portuguese?
Amor e relocação.
It sounds so wonderful when you say it.
Look at that.
It sounds so wonderful when you say it. We'll have to get a little modified logo up there. It'll be beautiful.
And maybe when things are better, and we start opening our house again to the hundreds of plus guests, and enjoying the future outdoor kitchen that I'm building all by hand, maybe we can do a live Amor e Relocação.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
I think I'm going to be
the limit, Ben.
I think I'll be your producer and you can be the host. There you go. This is beautiful. Well, thank you so much, Vinny. Thank you so much to all the people that stopped and left comments and engaged with us. It was really, truly beautiful. People really enjoyed Encore.
Julie.
Yeah.
No, thank you. Thank you, everyone that came and spent a little bit of your busy day with us. That's amazing.
Yeah, this has been beautiful. Vinny, it was great seeing you, and I can't wait to see you in person. And yeah, let's work on some more LATAM initiatives.
Let's do it.
Take care, and wish Laura a happy birthday in case she couldn't hear us before.
Yes, will do. Thank you guys so much.
Take care.
Thanks, Ben.
Take care, everybody.
Thanks,
see
Janet.
you tomorrow, everybody.